So for this one then, we've just got to expand and then simplify 7 plus root 5, all being multiplied by 3 minus root 5. So to do this, what we need to do is just say that this equals, and we take 7 and we multiply it with the 3 and then with the minus root 5, and then do the same with the root 5 term. So 7 times the 3 is going to be 21. Then 7 times minus root 5 is going to be minus 7 root 5. Then we've got plus root 5 times 3, which will be plus 3 root 5. And finally, plus root 5 times minus root 5 is going to be minus the square root of 25, which is going to be 5. Okay? Root 5 times minus root 5, then the 5. We can collect up these two terms because they are similar kinds of terms, root 5 terms, and we can group together the 21 and the minus 5. So we've got 21 take 5, which is 16, and then minus 7 root 5 plus 3 root 5 is going to be minus 4 root 5. So, nice straightforward question there. Well, that's part A then, and we're now on to part B, and for part B we've got to simplify then 7 plus root 5 all divided by 3 plus root 5. Now to do this, what we would need to do is multiply this by 1, in as much as timesing top and bottom by 3 minus root 5. Let's just write this down again. 7 plus root 5 all over 3 plus root 5. It's called rationalizing when we do this kind of thing. We effectively multiply this by 1, but our 1 comes from 3 minus root 5. Remember, you change the sign here in the middle. 3 minus root 5 over 3 minus root 5. So it's not going to change the value of this because we're multiplying it by 1, but it's going to change the appearance of it. And we could put brackets around this. It's not going to change it, but just handy seeing the brackets around there. And you can see that the top bit is what we did up here. And this often happens in questions like this. Always be aware of what you've just done in the previous part. So multiplying that out gives us 16 minus 4 root 5. But what do we get on the bottom? Well, because we switch the sign here, we create what is often referred to as the difference of two squares. This is going to be 3 times 3, 3 squared, or 9. Then we're going to have minus 3 root 5, but then plus 3 root 5. They're going to cancel one another out. And then we just have plus root 5 times minus root 5, which is minus the square root of 25, which is minus 5. Well, the denominator here is going to be 4, so we end up with 16 minus 4 root 5 all over 4. And because 4 is a common factor of the top, we can divide this 4 into each of these terms. You can't just go and divide it in one of the terms. You must make sure it divides in both of those, and it does. So we could cancel this out as 4 into 4 goes 1, goes into that one 4 times, and it goes into that term once. So we end up with 4 minus root 5. And we had to get this in the form a plus b root 5, where a and b were integers. So we could say that this is identical to a plus b root 5, and you can see we've got a equals 4, and the b value, well, that's going to be minus 1. We've got minus 1 root 5. We're adding minus 1 root 5 to that. So b would be the integer minus 1. Okay.